Hi, how are you? What brings you into therapy today?
I'm coming into therapy today because I'm having relationship issues.
Okay. What kind of relationship issues?
Well, lately I've been feeling my husband a little distant from me, and he gaslights me, which makes us argue and makes me feel like I'm crazy for asking questions that I want and asking questions for clarification.
Okay. Would you care to tell me a little more?
Yes, well, because he's been a little distant, I decided to go through his phone, which is something I really never do because I completely trust him. But
Mhm.
to my surprise, I found out that he was texting with somebody from his 12-step program.
And how does that make you feel?
It made me feel angry and disappointed, sad, not having control over my feelings, letting somebody else control them.
I understand. So, from what I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, you are here because you just discovered that your husband has been talking to someone else and it's making you feel like you're less important and worried that there might be something else going on.
Yes, I am worried that something else is going on because uh, the relationship is a little strained, and we're always fighting. And he has constant visits to the restroom, unexpected time lapses where I don't know where he's at. And it's confusing me. Like, I don't know whether I want to continue in this relationship or maybe um, do more investment in it.
Well, first of all, let me tell you, thank you so much for trusting me. And I want to go ahead and let you know that whatever we talk about in this therapy is going to stay between me and you. Everything is confidential, except if I know of if there's a danger of anyone being hurt, or if you're hurting someone, or if someone is hurting you, or anything like that, then you should know that I am mandated to report it. So I will have to report it. But anything else, it stays just between me and you. So thank you so much for sharing with me. And go ahead.
Yeah, well, I really appreciate you listening to me, and maybe you can help me reach my decision of what I want.
Okay. So if I am correct, you're here so I can help you figure it out. What are you feeling and what will your next step be?
Yes. Um, right. Well, right now I have a lot of mixed emotions. Like, I've been with him for 20 years, and he's like basically the only person that I've been with. We've shared our whole half, more than half of our life together. And I feel that my reality is shattered and that I'm going to lose it because of some bad choice that he made.
Have you talked to him about any of this?
Uh, I have. I actually confronted him a couple of days ago, and I asked him what his intentions were with this relationship, and if it had gone beyond the step of just an emotional or a telephonic relationship. He did not give me an answer, which made me start thinking that there was something else other than just text messages.
I understand. So from what I understand right now, you're feeling hurt, anxious probably to find out what's happening, and you probably want to know what else is going to happen or how to address these problems.
Yes, I'm having a lot of difficulty expressing my feelings towards him because I don't want to say anything hurtful if I don't know the exact truth. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt of finding out what the truth is. I want him to be transparent with me. That way I can make the right choice based on what has happened.
I understand. So you are feeling a little conflicted right now because and on the one hand, you feel like you kind of have proofs to that he's been talking to someone else, but on the other hand, you don't have enough proofs to really know what's happening in that relationship.
Yes. That's exactly how I feel. Um, I mean, with the text messaging and the way he has been acting lately, it leads me to believe that something else has happened. I do want to ask him where that relationship with that other person stands and what he feels. But on the other hand, I don't want to hear as an answer that I'm not ready to hear.
Okay. So that was going to be my next question. Have you confronted him? But I'm assuming that right now you're feeling like you're not ready to confront him. Is that correct?
That is correct. I mean, I want to confront him, but I want to be ready to take the next step. What am I going to do with that information that I'm going to get from him is what I am in doubt. And I'm afraid that if I stay with him, I'm going to be shamed. And if I don't stay with him, I'm going to be shamed. So I don't know what to do because I feel like I love him, but by him doing this, it shows me that he doesn't feel the same way for me.
Let me ask you this. If everything was perfect in the relationship, what would be to you a relationship that was working? Like, let's say everything was perfect. How would you describe it? How would you go about it? If there was no fears, if you could control the future and there wasn't anything scary, how would you approach the situation?
Well, if I had no fears, the perfect relationship with me and him would be like how it used to be. Like we communicated well. We were very transparent. We knew where we were at, where we were going. We were meeting our goals, reaching our goals. We were setting like the setting our future up. We were doing all of that, traveling, enjoying our time. I just don't know where is our next step from here.
So let me ask you this. So if tomorrow, let's say there was a miracle and you woke up and you had all the necessary strength and like I was saying before, zero fear, how would you try to confront him? Would you talk to him about what you're feeling and express everything that maybe you have not had the chance to express to him?
Yes, I think I would if I had that strength. Yes.
And how will that conversation be?
That conversation would be full of clarity and peace, um, communicating the feeling of wanting mutual respect and love that we deserve for each other.
And when you said full of clarity, what will be full of clarity for you? Obviously, will be in a perfect scenario, but what will be a perfect scenario for you?
Like knowing exactly how what he feels towards me.
So to you, it's important to know how he feels about you.
Yes.
And right now that you're not quite sure, how's that making you feel?
It's making me feel anxious. It's kind of hard for me to concentrate at work, and I'm currently going to school, and it's really hard to concentrate on my assignments. So, by far, I do need clarity and peace for me not to feel this anxious. I don't want to fall into a depression and a feeling of not being worthy.
I understand. And now let's go with your worst fear. If let's say you did confront him, and
Mm.
what would be the worst case scenario?
The worst case scenario would be that he was in an intimate relationship with this person and telling me that all of these years that we've been together were a lie, and
So
that
go ahead.
everything that we've gone through was just thrown away for a moment of passion, because I don't know if I could be able to trust him again.
So your fear is that he will say something that will hurt you beyond the point of repair, and that you will feel like you wouldn't have any choice to like continue to have the relationship how you have it right now.
Yeah, that's true. Um, the moment that I realized that the phone had another message to another woman, I got really angry and I said a lot of mean things that I probably didn't. I said them out of anger. I know that it wasn't the best choice, but that's what I was feeling there. But I want to be here because I want to be more assertive and speak out and talk to him directly and let him know that I'm not a game or not playing around in this relationship, that we're adults and we should be able to be mature enough to say what we want.
I understand. And so what would be ways, in your opinion, that you could confront this and that you wouldn't feel the fear as much anymore?
Um, Maybe just working on myself, my self-worth, and knowing that I am capable of doing it, and not being afraid of saying or thinking what I am feeling or thinking. And regardless of the outcome, I want to feel whole still. I don't want to be broken.
So your fear is that the pain will be too intense.
Yes. I already feel like I have a lot of pain inside, but feel like this pressure on my chest, but I refuse to cry and I refuse to be a victim of other people's choices. And that I feel that that is what is causing me the anxiety.
Right. So if you allow yourself to feel it, and if you allow yourself to cry and you allow yourself to do everything, how would you go about it? What would be like, once again, a perfect case scenario in which you could allow your emotions to be expressed?
Maybe like in prayer, because that's the only way I know how to release my anxieties is through prayer.
Okay. And are you praying often, or how spiritual are you?
I do pray often. That's why I feel like it's unfair that you pray and you follow what you feel is what you're supposed to do, and then bad things happen to you regardless of following your faith or not. But this is, I guess, why I have to trust the process and know that God has the better choices for my life.
So I think you might be feeling betrayed. And
Yes, I feel very betrayed.
from what I hear, you feel betrayed in your relationship with God and in your relationship with your husband. I understand. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for trusting me. I understand that you're going through a lot, and I'm just here to help you. I would like to know, if we could set goals, what would you say your goal would be for this therapy?
I would say developing more self worth and assertiveness to be able to speak freely and not have much of like being able to be free and say what I feel without hurting anybody's feelings, but getting my point across.
Right. Well, first of all, I want to say that this is a safe space, and you're more than welcome to say how you really feel, and you don't have to feel afraid that I'm going to betray you. And I know that's easier said than done, but I'm just welcome you to let your feelings out, if that's how you feel. If it's anger, if it is whatever it is, you can go ahead and just say them.
Thank
Um,
you. Appreciate that.
I have a couple questions for you. Do you guys have kids?
We do not have any children.
You don't have any children. Okay. But you said you guys have been married for 20 years.
Yes.
Has anything like this ever happened in the past?
Um, well, 10 years ago, he relapsed and he did step out of our marriage. And at that time, I did forgive him. I completely forgave him. And we have a relationship with his daughter because he had a daughter and when he stepped away. Uh, so this time around, I really feel that I don't want to go through the same process I went through because the healing process was hard and it was difficult. I had to develop the courage to not only face him, but I had to now I have to co-parent with the person he had the infidelity with, and now we have a child that we raise with along with this other person. So it is very difficult, and it brings back a lot of memories that occurred a while back. So it's very hurtful to think that it could have happened again.
I understand. So what you feel is that this messages, even if nothing happened, is triggering the same emotions that you had in the past.
Yeah.
And because you, okay,
Okay. I
yes,
really appreciate everything.
thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
So what else do you feel like will help you allow your emotions to come out?
Um, I feel that attending therapy and maybe journaling could help me.
Have you ever tried journaling?
I'm currently journaling right now, and that's what is easing my anxiety.
Good. Have you tried anything else that has worked?
Another thing that has worked for me is attending Celebrate Recovery and continuing to read my prayer book.
Okay. So from what I understand, your coping mechanisms right now are you are journaling and you're also trying to be closer with your spiritual side,
Yes,
praying. Yeah.
but
And it's and in a scale from 1 to 10, how much do you feel like those techniques are helping you?
I feel that they're on a scale of 1 through 10. I would say an 8, but it's better than last week. Last week I felt like it was a 1 because I did feel a little betrayed. But I know that God has everything under control.
Okay, I understand. So from what I understand, you're telling me is that you, even though you feel a little hurt, you feel like hopeful as well when you pray because your praying has been helping you stay strong and make you feel like no matter what, you will be okay.
Yes.
Okay. And in a scale from 1 to 10, how ready do you feel to confront any feelings?
I feel like I'm at a 4.
Or
Yeah, I feel like I need to work on developing a more stronger character or being more assertive and saying what I feel without not already hurting somebody else, but like hurting myself as well.
well, I think you're doing excellent. I want to say that. And I also want to tell you that I understand because you have pain from the past that is maybe stopping you right now because you don't want to feel the same way. But I want to say thank you so much for trusting me. And thank you so much for starting the process because I do believe that it's a process
Mhm.
and we can move to a better place for you in which you feel more comfortable.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay. So to recap, you have a lot of strong emotions right now that you would like to be able to process them in a safe place and then make a decision of what you want to do, whether you want to confront others with your feelings or if you want to keep them to yourself.
Mm.
And you want to try to figure out if you're ready to take the next step if there was any consequences.
Yes.
Okay, I understand. And how ready, in a scale from 1 through 10, how ready do you feel to change right now?
Well, I feel like I'm at a 10
At a
to
10. Okay, that's good. So the
I'm ready.
motivation is there.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. Yes. Okay, so I wanna maybe give you another um technique to maybe help you with your stress. Have you tried any breathing?
No, I have not. Well, I breathe a little bit when I get reminders on my phone, but not virtually.
Okay.
But thank you for suggesting that.
Okay, so breathing can be helpful, or also maybe trying to like feel your body. Like you can try to feel different parts of your body. Like you can start with your hands and make them feel heavy and then relax them. And then little by little you go every single part of your right side, and then you move to your left. And that might help you release some of the stress.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Okay. So is there anything else that you would like to get out of therapy?
Just helping me make up my mind what I want to do.
Okay. So would you feel okay to say that our goals will be in this therapy to help you maybe practice getting your emotions out and speaking without having to stop yourself or worrying about anyone else, how anyone else is going to take them?
Yes.
Okay. So we can start with that. And I I feel like we can do a good job together. And I feel like this could be a great place for you to let your emotions out, to be safe, and for you to maybe learn that your emotions don't have to be anything bad and they can come out.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Is there anything else that you would like to discuss?
Not at this time.
Okay. Okay, so I would like to set up an appointment for next time. Would you be okay with that?
Yes, please.
Would you like to see me again in 2 weeks, or would you like it a little farther away?
2 weeks is fine.
2 weeks is okay. Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming. And I really appreciate you being here and sharing with me.
Thank you for listening and understanding.
No problem. See you in 2 weeks then.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.